Hey everyone, welcome back to the Scratcher Spot, or welcome if this is your first time joining me for one of my sessions. My name is Angel, and today I've got 4 of these $10, $250,000 50x Cashword tickets. That is a long name. Making this a $40 session. I've never scratched these before on the channel or off the channel. I've just never gotten them before, so this is my first time scratching them. And the reason I have them is because I wanted to test out that low roll ticket number theory that I've been hearing about again. So when I went to go buy tickets, I asked the guy to find whatever the lowest ticket number he had that was a $10 ticket and to just give me 4 of them. So I ended up with 4 of these. They start at ticket number 8 and they go 9, 10, and 11. And so the odds on these are 1 in 3.56. The prizes start at $10 with a top prize of $250,000. This is an older ticket though. I don't normally scratch tickets this old. It's over a year old. I think it's a year and a half old. So some of the top prizes have been claimed already. But as always, I'll put an image of the prizes that have been claimed up here so that you can see for yourself what's still out there in case you want to play these, if you have a way of getting a hold of Texas lottery tickets and you are over the age of 18. So with that out of the way, this one has 3 games. Yeah, so there's one game here, and then a little mini game at the bottom with a little multiplier. The games are played separately. You get 20 letters. So I think we're gonna go ahead and just get started. Like I said, I've never played this before. It seems like it's a simple crossword thing, so I don't think it should be that difficult. I am gonna zoom out a little bit though, so we can get the whole ticket on here, hopefully. Yeah, I think well, except for the letters, but it's gonna be like the Loteria tickets, I guess, where I just have to go up and down. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So we need 2 words to break even on either one or any of them. The games are all played separately. So I'm gonna scratch 2 letters at a time. We've got E and X, and see how it goes. Actually, if that's what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna zoom in. Yeah, and I'll just move up and down. That way it doesn't look too far. Okay, so we're going with E first, and I'm just gonna do 1 letter at a time because you guys know me, I miss stuff all the time. I'm probably most likely going to miss stuff on here. Call me out in the comments, I know you will. It's always fun to see what I miss and then going back to the ticket and being like, really? I missed that? How did I miss that? Okay, so that's all the E's on that one. Moving on to this one. E, E. All right, well, there's a few E's, so that's good. Vowels are always good. Did I get them all? Nope, there's one more. Okay, we also had an X. So, oh wait, there's a little bottom game too. There's an E there, E there, E, E, E. And okay, that's all of them. All right, now the X. There's an X here. I don't expect there to be too many X's. Yeah, I think there's just 2. Yep, all right, next 2 letters. We've got a T and a W. All right, so T, 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 T. There's a couple more. And W. There's one there, one there. I think that's it. Oh, there's an E here that I missed. See? The good thing about these is that I usually catch the crossword ones when I miss them, and I'm looking for other letters. But still, call me out. It's fun. Okay, so T and W, I think that's all of them on this one. So moving on to the next one, T and W. T and W together. There's a T, T. Any more W's, any more T's? No. Down here. There's a T. There's a T. And that's it. All right, next two letters, we've got a U and a G. All right, U and G. There's a U. There's a G. Is that it? I don't see any U's. Oh, wait, I did have one. Any more? Any G's? I don't think so. Okay. Over here, U or G. There's one. There's another one. There's a U. And another G. And that's it. Down here, we have a U. I don't see any G's though. There's another U. All right, next up we have a D and a B. There's a B, there's a D, B and D, B, D, there's a D, there's a D. Any others? Any others? No. All right, over here. 1, 2, 3. B or D, there's a B. B or D, there's a D. B or D, B or D. I think that's all of them. All right, down here, there's a D, and S will get us a word there. B or D, B or D. I think that's all of them. All right, moving on. M and an F. M or F. There's an M. Or nope, that's an F. There's an M. M or F, M or F. Just those two. Looks like it. All right, down here. M and F. Do I not have a single one on this one? I don't think that I do. Jeez, okay. What about over here? M or F? Well, those letters were not good. There's an F. But that's it, just that. All right. I feel like I might have missed one of those somewhere. All right, L and R. There's an L. There's an R. There's two L's. There's another L. There's an L, there's an L, there's an R, there's an L, there's an R, there's an R, and R. I sound like a pirate here. Did I get all of them? L and R. I also sound like I'm saying Eleanor. L and R. I think I got them all. All right. Nope, there's one R. Haha. Okay. L, R, L, R, R. We have our first word, or at least the first one I've noticed. Rut. One more word will get us our money back on this one. R, L, and R. There's an R. Is that everything? I think so. All right, go down here. We've got an L here, an L there, and no R's. Okay, 8 more letters. Next two, a V and a K. All right, V and K. There's a V. There's another V. No K's though. A would be amazing. Oh, there's a K here. Okay. Down here, V and K. There's a K. There's another K. V, any V's anywhere? Or more K's? I don't see any V's. No, okay, I think it's just those two K's. All right, down here, we have a K here, and a K here, and I don't see any V's. All right, next two letters, an H and a Z. I just want an A. Give me an A, please. H and Z. H or Z. H or Z. None on this one at all. No, I don't think so. All right, down here. H or Z. There's a Z here. There's an H there. Z, there's an H. H right here. H or Z. Any others? Z, H, H, Z. Where are you? I think that's all of them. What about down here? H or Z? No. All right. We have a J and a C. I think there's a few C's. I still need that A though. That A would be amazing. All right. C, 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 C. They're not going to give me an A, are they? There's just too many of them. J? Is there a J in here? I think I got all the C's. No? All right. Down here, J or C. There's a C. There's a C. There's another C, and another C, and another one. But I don't see any J's anywhere. No. Oh, there's another C. Still no J's though. All right, down here, we've got a J, we've got a C, and that's all we got. All right, last two letters, can I get an A? That's not an A, that's also not an A. I and P, all right. I, P, I, P, I. Okay, well there's another word, but I don't think I'm gonna have another one anywhere. I or P, I or P. Nope. So just the one word, because I couldn't get an A on this card. All right, down here, I, don't see any P's. Down here, okay. There was no A. There's no O. No Y. Nope. Okay, I'm gonna just assume I don't have anything and that I didn't miss anything, but I will scan them. Like I say, I always scan all my tickets. But I'm gonna move on to the next one. Let's get started. This is ticket number 9, S and B. All right, S, and B. No B's, only 2 S's. All right, what about down here? There's a B, there's an S, there's a B, there's an S, there's another B, there's an S, there's another B, and I think that's it. What about down here? Everybody say hi to Nim. If you can hear her, I'm sure you can. S and B, S and B. I think that's it. All right, next two letters, we are getting an M and a P. All right, so P, M, P, M, P, M, P, M. Is that it? Just two? Oh, there's one here. Looks like it's just those. Okay. P and M down here. P and M. There's a P. And there's an M. Man, I didn't win anything on that last ticket, but it feels better than this ticket. Or it felt better than this ticket. This one doesn't seem like I'm scratching much. M and P. M and P, I think that's it. Down here. Neither of them. All right, next up we have a V and an L. There's an L, there's a V. There's an L, there's an L. Any V's anywhere? Just the one. All right, down here, V and L. There's an L, there's an L, there's an L. There's an L. I don't see any V's. Yeah, no V's. All right, down here, there's an L. There's a V. And there's an L. I think that's it. H and W. H and W. H, there's an H, there's a W, there's a W, there's a W, and a W. Don't see any more H's. H or W, W, H, W, H, W, H. Did I get them all? We're gonna pretend I did. H, W, H, W, H, W. That's it. All right, next two. A Z and an F. A Z and F. Z and F. Nothing. Let me double check. Z and F. Z and F. Neither. Okay. Down here. Z and F. Do I just not have either one? There's one. There's another one. And down here. Nope. All right. G and an O. There's a G. There's an O. There's a G. There's an O. There's an O, there's two O's. There's an O, there's an O, there's a G, there's an O, there's an O, there's an O. Is that all of them? That was a good letter, I guess. Hopefully. Does me something. All right, down here. O, 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 O. Any G's? Can I have a G, please? No G's. Okay. G and an O. O. And that's it. Cool. All right. We have a U and a Q. I mean, if there's a Q, there's usually a U, right? Yep, right here. Q and U. Any others? There's a U. That's it. There's a U. There's a U. I don't see any Q's. Q, U, Q, U. Nope. Down here, hug gets me my first word on the little one, so one away. Any others? U, Q, U, Q. Nope. All right, next two letters. We're going with a D and an X. D and X. D or X. There's a D. No X's. And only one D. All right, over here, did I show the whole ticket? I think I did. Okay, over here we have D and X, D and X. There's a D. There's a D. There's a D. D and X, D and X. There's another D. D and X, D, X, D, X. That's all of them. There's an X. I think that's all of them down here. DX, DX, no DX. All right, 4 more letters. We've got an R and an I. All right, there's an I. There's an I and an R. Do I have a P? Yeah, okay. There's an R. I need an E, because that would be cool. R, I, R, or a T. I, R and I, R and I, R and I, anywhere, give me more. Nope, okay. Over here, there's an I, there's an R, there's an I, there's an R, I, R, oh, an E would be great. R, I, I think that's all of them down here. R, I, R. Okay. I think I got them all. Next two letters. We have a C and a Y. Boo. Okay. C or Y. There's a C, does me no good. There's a C, also does me no good. That's C and that's C. That's one word here. Did I have another word up here? I don't think I did. There's a Y. And okay, so just the one word, but I will scan it just in case, but it's looking like there's nothing up there. See down here, C or Y. There's a C. There's a Y. And this one's also looking not good. Wait, I had an I here. Does that mean I have a word here? But I still don't have a second word, so I don't think it matters. Nope, okay. And down here, there's a C and another C. I didn't have an A, I didn't have an E. All right, so the one word here, so again, doesn't matter. Okay, well, nothing on card 9 or ticket 9 either. I'm gonna move on. I will scan them at the end and confirm, but this is taking long, so I'm gonna hurry it up. Q and M. Q and M. I won't spend time looking. I will scan and see if I got anything. Q and M. Q, M. Q, M, nope. I don't think I was showing the whole thing. M, there. All right, Q and M. Q, M, M, M. No Q anywhere. And down here, no M or Q. U or C. U, 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 C, U, C, U and C. C, 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 U, that's it, U and C. Down here, C, U, C. I think that's it. B and an O. B and O. There's an O. There's an O. No B's. And only 2 O's. Okay. Am I blocking it again? Jeez. Okay. B and O. B and O. There's an O. There's an O. There's a B and an O. I think that's it. Down here, there's an O. And no B's and no more O's. Okay. F and V. F and V. F, F, there's an F. There's a V. Just those two. F and V, no more F and V's. Okay. F or V. There's a V. Don't see any F's. Down here. No F or V. Okay. I and K. I, 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 I. Are there any K's? There's a K, right next to the I. All right, over here. There's an I, there's an I, I. There's a K. Any more I's or K's? Any more I's or K's? No, okay. Down here, I, and no K's. W and S. W and S. W and S. 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 W's? No W's. We have a word. We need one more to win something. S. S. Any more S's? Any W's at all? Anywhere, please. No? Okay, cool. S or W. There's an S. There's an S. There's a W. There's an S. And there's a W. And that's it. All right. Down here, we have an S, another S, and another S, and a W. And that's it. All right. 8 more letters. We have a P and an A. All right. I'll get the A's first. A, 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 A. There's a P. A. There's another P. A. A. Did I have H? No, that was the last card. All right. Is that all the A's? Sounding like Rihanna over here. P. Do I have any P's? Other than the one I already found. There's another A. All right, think I got them all. Let's go down here. A, P, A, 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 P, A, A, P. I think that's all of them. Down here, we have an A, and an A, and an A. I don't see any P's. All right. We have an X and a Z. Those are terrible letters. Oh, hopefully they're good, but I don't think so. X or Z? X or Z? There's Z. No X. And over here, X or Z. There's an X. And just one X, no Z. Does anyone see a Z? Nope. And over here, X or Z. No. All right. Next two, H and a G. H and G. G. H. H and G. H and G. H. H. I don't see any G's, just those two. Right. Down here, H or G, there's an H. H or G, there's a G. H or G. I think that's it. Is that it? Is that it? H or G, H or G. That's it. Down here, there's an H. No G. All right, last two. We have an R and an N. R and N. It's an N, does me no good. There's no E or T. R, N, N. R and N. Is that it? Down here. Scar. Did I have another word down here? I think it was R, N, R, R. R and N, R and N. No? I thought I had another word somewhere. Where was it? It was down here. I know I have so down here. R and N. There's that, and that, and that. Am I missing something? I feel like I'm missing something. I thought I could have swore I had another word somewhere. Maybe it was on the last ticket. I don't know. This one looks like it's a bust. Again, we'll scan them just to make sure. But again, I'll move on and see what else I got. Let's see. I, Y. I and Y. I and Y. I. Y. Is that it? I and Y. I and Y. Up here, or down here rather. I, Y, Y. I. Then I, Y, Y. All right. Q and J. Q and J. Q and J. J. Q and J. Q and J. Q and J. Okay. Down here. Nope. Okay. U and X. So glad there's a U because there's a Q. U and X. U, U, X, U, U and X, U and X. Is that everything up here? I think it is. Okay. U and X. There's an X. There's a U. And I think that's all of them. Nothing there. An A and a P. A, P. Do I have an L? I don't have an L. I need to be careful because I scratched that L. Okay, A and P. A and P. A, 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 and A. Did I get them all? Any P's? Just the one? Oop. Okay. A, 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 P, P, A, 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 P, A. I feel like I'm singing. Is that everything? Yeah. Okay. P, A, P, A, A. And I think that's all of them. C and D. D, C, C, D. C, D, D, double C, another C, another one. Any more D's? Any more C's? Any more D's? No? Okay, moving on. C, C, D, C or D. Any more? There's a D. Cool. All right, down here, C, C, D. That's all of them. Okay, next two letters, F and V. F and V. F and V. Don't see either one on this one. That sucks. Yeah, all right. F. Just the F. V's anywhere? No? Nothing? Nope. All right. F or V? Wow, those two letters sucked. All right, next two. 8 more left. 6 after these two. W and T. W or T. There's a T. W, that's a lot of T's. W or T. There's a W. There's a T. There's a T. There's a T. There's a T. And any W's? No. All right. Down here. T. W or T. 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 T and W. T. T. And I think that's all of them. Down here, there's a T. There's a T. No W's. All right. We have an S and an O. O. S. S. I think that's a word. P-A-S-T. P-A-S-T. Yeah, all right. So that's one word there. S and O. Can we have more, please? S and O. There's an O. There's an S. There's an S. O. Any O's? I think that's all of them down here. Oh. Oh, potato. I got potato. That's one word. O, O, S. Any more? Toad? Did I get 2 words here? T-O-A-D, P-O-T-A-T-O. Sweet, 2 words. I got $10 back. Yay, not a bust session. That's all I'm asking for. S and O. I think that's everything. All right, S and O down here. S, S. No O's. All right, next 2 letters. We have a K and a B. K or B? K or B. There's a B. I don't see any K's. No K's. Nope. All right, down here. K or B. I don't see either one. Nope. And down here, there's a B, so that's a word here. But it doesn't look, unless I get an M, then this one's done also. K or B. All right. Last 2 letters, an N and an H. I don't think that's gonna help. N, H, 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 H. I don't have an E, do I? No. Okay, I don't see any words up here. Down here, N or H. N or H. N or H. Nope. Okay, so it's just the 2 words here. And then N or H down here. I don't think I have either one. Oh, 2 words here. So let me see. B-A-Y and A-S-H. Okay, so I've got 2 words here. So that is $20. $10 here and $10 for this one. So that's 20 bucks. And I still have the multiplier. N and H. And I think that's it. Okay, so how does this work? I didn't think I was going to get anything. Search, scratch the 2 multiplier symbols, reveal 2 matching symbols, multiply the total prize won in games 1, 2, and 3 by that. Okay, so these 2 need to match in order for it to mean anything. So, 50x, is it going to be a 50x? It is not. It's a 10x. Okay, so that doesn't matter. So, 20 bucks it looks like. 2 words here for 10 bucks. 2 words here for another 10 bucks. So $20 is what it looks like it's going to be, but I am going to scan these tickets and make sure. 1 second. Okay, so I've got my iPad here and I'm gonna scan the tickets. I already have the barcode scanned, scratched off also. So this is the one that I think I won $20 on. So I am going to scan it and see what the barcode says. And the barcode says, it is $30, so I missed something somewhere. So let me check the next one. This one is ticket 10, where I don't think I won anything. And the barcode confirmed, it is not a winner. Okay, let's go with ticket 9. And what does this barcode say? Scan little barcode. This one also says, not a winner. And then ticket number 8 is also not a winner. So I thought I won 20 bucks, but turns out I won 30. I'm gonna have to look it over and see what I missed. Or better yet, you guys find it. Let me know what I missed. There's apparently a word somewhere that I missed on this ticket, on ticket 11, but 30 bucks, I will take it. It was a $40 session. I am walking away with 30, so I'm only down $10. And this is in a very long session, so hopefully you're still watching to the end. If you are still watching, thank you so much. I appreciate it. If you are not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you found that I missed. But yeah, stay within your budget, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.